I happen to have a bit of a problem. You see, there was this mademoiselle back in France. Very beautiful. Literally the hottest girl you'll ever see. Give me a break.
We are losing objective apples.
But I've been talking to this girl. I've been talking to this mademoiselle for a long time. And out of nowhere, she just stopped talking to me. I tried to get a hold of one of our friends back in France, and she didn't even help that much. She just said, "Oh, she doesn't even talk about you." So me being me, I just started getting upset because what else are you supposed to do in a situation like this? You know what, Nikolai? Why don't you take the controller for a second? I don't want to be sidetracked by this game. Okay? Okay. Alright, now listen here. Sure, you're feeling a bit down in the dumps because this girl stopped talking to you. Because this girl, you know, kind of just left you on red, left you out to dry. Or maybe she ended up getting a boyfriend and you just found out. Or you didn't even find out yet. Who knows? But alright, hang on, let me restart this.
Lost objective butter.
Okay, so sure.
We have lost the sector.
Alright. Okay, sure. Yeah. Maybe she left you on red. Maybe she just stopped talking to you out of nowhere and you're not sure why. Maybe, just maybe, hear me out here. Maybe she ended up getting a boyfriend and you just don't know it yet. Whatever it is, just brush her off your shoulder, man. You're not gonna get anywhere just sitting around moping. And believe me, I would know.
The enemy has reached the final objective.
So this is why you don't record at 2 in the morning. But that's not the point. The point is, you work out, you go to the gym, you practice proper social distancing, you get in shape, you start feeling better about yourself. And pretty soon, she's going to realize that she's missing out on an amazing man. Because we all know you're an amazing man, Pierre. I've never met a person who's had a bad thing to say about you. I mean, I've talked to some of your friends back in France. Clearly, none of them have anything bad to say about you. You are a fine, upstanding gentleman, and any girl would be lucky to have you. Trust me. And for those of you listening at home, yep, pay attention, because you may have to use this information as well. Now back to you, Pierre. You're gonna want... You're gonna want to figure out what you're doing. You're gonna figure out what you want. Do you really want to be with this girl? If so, see if you can see what you can do when you get back to France. If you think it's best to just move on and try to find another girl, more power to you. No one's gonna think less of you no matter what you choose. It's all up to you. I'm not even going to tell you what I think you should do because it's not my choice. It's ultimately yours. But one day she's going to realize that, yep, she made the wrong choice. Not dating you. And when she realizes that, she'll come crawling back to you. And at that point, it will be your choice whether you want to accept the girl that broke your heart or tell her, get out of my face. Either way, like I said, your choice.
Our defenses here are broken, and Fort Douaumont is surely lost. We must retreat to Fort Vaux, men. Inside those walls, we will fight the Boche. The Imperial beast will finally be slain.
Here's
After
the most important part.
The Germans took the massive Fort Douaumont. This advance would soon come to a halt as
One
the
day,
French poured men and resources into the area, determined
you're going to look
defend
back
Verdun
on
at
all
all
this.
costs.
You're going to want to
And
think.
as the Germans
You're going to think to
approached
yourself,
Fort Vaux, the outcome
man,
was far from certain.
was all of this worth it? I can't answer that question for you. Only you can answer it for yourself. The way I try to live my life is I think of red versus blue. I think to myself, if you have to spend the rest of your life in a memory, you might as well make it a good one. Now, whatever that memory might be, it's completely personal to you. Because as we all know, one thing can be a prominent memory in another person's... It could be a prominent memory in one person's brain and be completely forgotten in the other person's brain. So like, I could... For example, I'll use a memory of me in Bloodstone. The video where I was sitting at the bench at the middle school, and I was saying how we were just talking there, we were getting along, we were being friends and whatever. That's a memory that's been burned into my brain. Now, for all I know, Bloodstone probably forgot that about 20 minutes after it happened.
We must defend Fort Vaux at any cost. The Germans have shelled the...
I mean, I have an eidetic memory, so I have a lot of memories like that. A lot of good memories, a lot of bad memories. As we all know, this year's making a lot of bad memories for a lot of people. So... Yeah. I mean, I wish you the best of luck, Pierre. But, you know, whatever happens, happens. All that matters is that you learn from the past. That you become a better person. You become the person that we all know you are. And you realize that you are that person. And, you know, you realize that person is great, and we all need to have that person in our lives. But you also have to remember, there's no point sitting around waiting for something that's never going to happen. There's no point sitting around waiting for some girl to come back if she's gone. Otherwise, you're just going to end up singing I You Have Nothing by Tom Jones or frickin' whatever song fits in that situation. It could be Careless Whisper, it could be Slow Dancing in the Dark, it could be I Who Have Nothing, it could be frickin' You've Lost That Love and Feeling. Whatever song fits, you'll end up singing that. You don't want to end up in that situation where you're singing a sappy, sad song about unrequited love.
A flame trooper kit is available near your location.
You're gonna want to find somebody. You're gonna want to find somebody in your life that just makes you smile every time you think about them. You can't even say their name without smiling.
We have lost objective bottom.
Now, me, personally, I haven't found that person, but one day I hope I do. But, you know, there's also another thing. You have the test that you give to her. Or that you perform on yourself. That's a better way of putting it. You perform it on yourself. It's called... I don't even know what it's called. I just call it the Presley test. Or you can call it the can't help test. Or can't help falling test. I guess that works better. You know, for the sake of convenience, we'll call it the can't help falling test. So basically, yeah, the can't help falling test. What that is, essentially, you want to find someone in your life that instantly comes to mind whenever you hear the song Can't Help Falling in Love. And yeah, you gotta find someone like that. That's...
We have lost the sector.
There's literally nothing more romantic than that song. I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart. That is literally one of the most romantic things you could do. More romantic than any of these little tropes that you have. More romantic than like sharing a banana split. More romantic than sharing a milkshake. More romantic than giving each other candies under a bridge. I mean, let's be honest, anything is more romantic than that. but you get the point. There's nothing more romantic than listening to that song and thinking about another person. Everyone deserves to have someone special in mind whenever they listen to that song. I've not found that person yet, but I hope to one day. And another thing, let's say you like a girl and your friend just starts dating her out of the blue. Out of nowhere, you just find out your friend started dating her. That's fine. Cool. Whatever. Good for them. You just end up going home and singing Slow Dancing in the Dark. But still. Good for them. Be happy for your friend. Don't bitch about it. Because bitching about it ain't gonna solve anything. It ain't gonna make her want to break up with your friend and start dating you. And actually, you gotta remember, the bro code, you shouldn't actually go... Bro code states that, once your friend starts dating her, when they break up, you shouldn't really date her at that point. Which, sure, kind of sucks because you really like that girl, and in some cases you liked the girl before your friend even did. And then you're just standing there feeling like chopped liver because you're just kind of hung out to dry. But, you know, moping around ain't gonna solve anything. Like I said, I'm going to drill that home until it's engraved in your mind. I want all of you to repeat after me. Crap, I forgot what I was gonna say. And one of the worst things that can happen, let's say two of your friends start dating. That's happened to me on a couple of occasions. If they break up, no, when they break up, they're probably gonna start to try to pressure you into choosing sides. Now, if you're like me, you're totally against choosing sides and stuff like that. I mean, we'll go back to 2018. Bloodstone. Dated a kid in my section. And of course, yep. I started getting pressured to pick sides. I just said, I'm remaining neutral, I don't care. And they have... And then you have moments where, you know, it just comes out of the blue. Just sitting there practicing the Star Spangled Banner or something, and then all of a sudden, or you know, you're just standing there waiting to put your instrument in the band room, and you're just sitting there. You see, you're talking to one of your boys, and one of his other friends walks up and says, "Hey, you want to go hit on some hotties?" It's like, "No, I got a girlfriend." "Oh, really? Who?" "The girl sitting right next to me. Who do you think?" Something like that happens. Kind of out of the blue. Again, just congratulate them and move on. Now, if his girlfriend happens to be your crush,
50 attackers remain.
you accept that, you feel happy for them, and then you move on. Just trust me, one of the worst things you can do in that situation is continue to crush on this girl. Because then if they find out that you have a crush on her, there's going to be a lot of problems. There might not be that many problems after the breakup, if you try to date her then. But there will be even more problems if they break up and are still friends than if they're just dating. Keep in mind, I know all of this from personal experience. And I don't... I mean, we all know... I'm not really that much of a people person. So, yeah. I got like a couple close friends that I talk to. Other than that, I don't really talk to a lot of people. So, you know, finding a girl, you know, having a crush on it, like finding a girl, finding someone like that, crushes, you know, hard to come by for me. And
yes, man. This is
I have a hard time talking to people.
These barbarians know now that our eternal
Is there a point to these? Yes.
They will never break us.
The point is, just brush her off your shoulder. You start working out, you start feeling a lot better about yourself than you ever did with her. And then you'll feel happy, you'll move on, and you'll stop wasting all your time on frivolous matters. And you won't sit there and get depressed because you like a girl and she doesn't like you back, or you like a girl and she's got a boyfriend. It's odd people literally in the comments or in my DMs. Literally telling me, oh, there's this girl I like, and I'm too afraid to, I'm not sure what I should do. Trust me, this, like I told Pierre earlier, just talk to her, ask her out. She says yes, that's great. If not, that's fine too.
We have lost objective butter.
You really can't get mad. But if you don't say something, if you don't take a leap of faith, and you don't ask her out, you'll never know what could have been. The way I see it, it's better to lie awake at night hang on. You cut. Don't clip that. Thing. Alright, clip this. Okay, so it's better to lie awake at night, upset about the things that can't be, instead of lying awake at night wondering about what could have been. Because if you're sitting there wondering what could have been, you'll just never get closure. Because you'll never know what could have been. Maybe you would have ended up with her. Maybe you would have ended up marrying her. Maybe she would have been the mother of your children. Maybe he would have been the father of your children. But you're cheating the world out of the opportunity to actually know how this love story ends. Because you're too afraid to actually take the leap of faith and ask her out, see if there could be something there. But like I said, better to lie awake knowing what can't be than lie awake wondering what could have been.
We have lost objective apples.
So lying awake knowing what can't be, you tried asking her out, but
we have lost the sector.
She didn't reciprocate your feelings. No fault of yours. But at least you finally have some closure on whether or not there's a future.
The enemy has reached the final objective.
And remember, just because it's a no now doesn't mean that you'll never be able to get a yes. maybe you just need to build up your friendship with her. Start to create a better rapport.
We have lost objective apples.
And maybe one day she'll start to develop feelings for you. I mean, that doesn't work every time, and I'm not saying it works every time, but that's something that you could try doing, and hopefully that'll end up working out for you. It'll give you a better chance of, you know, ending up with her. If you really think you're meant to be with her, go for that.
We are losing objective butter.
Je vais soigner ça. Une trousse de secours pour toi.
We have lost objective butter.
Grenade envoyée. Prends cette trousse.
Hey, you realize there's only one man over here looking at this. Hey, Nikolai. I'm trying to talk to Pierre here, but yeah, that's actually really interesting though. Howdy! I don't think he wants to talk.
Half of the enemy forces are gone.
T'es blessé? Je vais te soigner. Trousse de secours. Prends-la.
Starting to get through. But you know, Pierre, keep in mind, I've never been in an actual relationship, so I don't know a lot about this kind of stuff. But I do know enough to know that this girl obviously means a lot to you. I'm not here to deny that you should sit there and complain. I think it's a terrible idea and that you should be working on bettering yourself so that you feel better about yourself. And that way when Dominique sees the new you, she'll feel happy, I guess. She'll realize that she's missing out on the amazing person that you are. Look.
Attackers remain.
Pierre, you're my boy. I love you. Nikolai loves you.
Butter.
All of the subs, all the subscribers, they love you. They think you're really. They love the little additional chaos you bring to my video. Yeah, I'm gonna need more help from you for Assassin's Creed Unity because I don't speak a lick of French. Hey, I don't either. But you live in France. You'll realize. Yes, I do. I mean, it's always going to be your choice.
We are victorious. This fort remains cloaked in the colors of France. But it is not yet time for celebrations. We must defeat the German eagle one last time.
I mean, think about it.
We are losing objective butter.
All right, seriously, guys. Chat, can you please help me out here? Because, yeah. If you guys need an update, Pierre likes this girl. Her name's Dominique. She lives in France. And she's basically been ghosting him. I've spent the past, like, 2 hours or so Trying to give him advice, and you know, I suck at giving dating advice, so hopefully something in here is salvageable. I'm gonna have to sit through the footage. And no, before you guys ask, there's not gonna be any videos, there's not gonna be any videos coming out, like, this is a serious video, so there's not really gonna be any out of context quotes from here, like me saying that, you're talking about diddling children or something, or jerking off to kitty porn. I saved that for Shane Dawson. But
We have lost objective apples.
yep. It's always hard to see
The fortress is lost.
something like that.
Verdun is lost. Only the spirit of the Republic can save France now. Only hope can save the free world from destruction.
In late June, literally dying of thirst, the French were forced to surrender Fort Vaux to the Germans. Immediately, the French struck back and took the fortress, but with devastating losses on both sides. While the battlefield was not even a square 10 kilometers, 700,000 were now dead, wounded, or missing. This was the longest battle of World War I.
Mm-hmm. Just listen, Pierre. Go for it. Just don't even text her anymore. Just call her. Did I ask to be put in this freaking operation?
Генерал Брусилов сказал нам, что элемент неожиданности бывает опаснее винтовки.
Капитан отобрал взвод
No.
самых сильных и храбрых.
Did Nikolai ask? No.
Наш маленький отряд должен будет штурмовать 3 вражеских окопа еще до прекращения артобстрела.
Россия, наша великая страна, могла прокормить целый мир, а нам не хватает еды. И не только еды, одежды, топлива, обуви. Как мы будем воевать без обуви?
Soldiers, orders from General Brusilov. 4 objectives. First, the Galicia fields must be taken. Following that success, we will drive toward the...
So I'm not sure what to say is like a final thing. Yeah, I guess just call her up, ask her, yeah, when I get back from America, whenever that may be. You want to go? You want to go get some escargot or something? I don't know. Want to go get a freaking baguette? Yeah, let's go share a baguette. You go, you do that, you ask her, if she says yes, then you go, and you have the time of your life, because you're on a date. I'm proud of you. If she says no, then, you know, still, you asked her out, and that's all that matters. You tried. Yeah. You tried, and that's what mattered. You know what? Yeah, you tried. No one can take that away from you. That's good.